Too bad I already hit it for you.
Oh, there you go. Oh, we gotta end it.
Mm.
Done fucked it.
Yep.
Shout out to the comment section.
Yep.
Shout out.
How you doing out there, Bob C? Doing okay?
Bob.
Yep.
Glad you could make it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Any guesses on who makes an appearance tonight? Yeah, you don't have to say.
I got a feeling that TTC Legends will be here.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's a good bet.
You think Wrestling Talk will be here?
It's TV time, Mama. It might not.
Yeah.
Maybe Megan?
Chess is busy vacuuming that rug.
Okay.
Oh, we have a
No,
viewer.
most definitely not.
Who's gonna show up? Well, how's everybody Saturday?
Pretty damn good.
Yes, it was.
Mine went exactly according to plan. I told myself yesterday, I said, the most productive thing I'm going to do, the most productive thing you're going to do tomorrow is get food. And I stuck to the plan. It was successful.
You proud of yourself?
Yep. Watched a lot of football, played a little guitar, watched more football, played a little more guitar, and that was it.
Sounds like about the perfect Saturday.
It was very good, Hoss.
Mm-hmm.
How about yours?
Well, it's been a good day. I guess we can't complain. All our teams won.
Yep.
Some of them were a little bit more closer, than others, but
Yeah.
Some teams watch other teams play. Some teams watch the refs. It just happens.
Yeah, that's true.
And the battle continues.
It'll never end. Oh, son of a bitch. Cramps, you got your phone on you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you call my phone real quick? I had Carter do this earlier. It's giving me a reset issue.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking phone calls during the show.
1 second.
Yeah. Kane J. Zunk is here. He's the first commenter of the night.
Wow, I didn't think he'd be here.
Simping for sports in the house.
Georgia football. We thank God for you.
Oh, wow.
That's your new ringtone?
That's my new ringtone. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Uncle.
Nice.
I love it.
So your phone does work?
Yes, it does. It works great now.
The funniest thing I don't think anybody even, noticed was when he said honky McConky.
Yeah.
That was great.
Georgia is the best university on the planet, though. They utilize the white guys better than anybody I've ever seen.
It's like a Big Ten team almost, but
yeah.
I'm just watching Haas.
I don't know how they do it.
I'm not saying nothing yet. I'm not saying nothing yet.
All right, so we're being facetious. We're not, it ain't like that. But next year, Georgia could have a white running back, a white tight end,
nope,
white quarterback.
Right. Well,
is McConkey got?
He's got one more year, and I think he does stay because he missed most of this year.
Wow, unbelievable.
Honky McConkey.
Actually, Vandergrift will start over Raiola. They're not going to start a freshman.
That's crazy, man. Kirby getting it done down there, and so is Saban. Saban still got some gas in the tank.
He does.
I had Bama wrote off after week 2 or 3. Like
it was the USF game was when I was like, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
But then of course they get it rolling.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
And now they look as dominant as ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't see that. I mean, shame on me for thinking it was, Saban had maybe missed a step, but he ain't.
Well, I think Trenches could probably attest to this, but you got to have some things go your team's way, especially if you're trying to, put together a season to hopefully compete for at least the SEC championship, if nothing else. And we definitely had to have that in this game. So.
Y'all
in the
locked it
second
down,
half.
right? The West, right?
Do what?
West is locked down, right?
I mean,
It's
they
pretty
didn't
much
say it tonight, but I would think so.
I
We
mean, you
would
got to
have
beat
to lose
Kentucky.
our
or-
other two matchups.
Yeah. Bama didn't slam the door shut, but they got it pretty tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see how.
One more win, I think it's over. If they beat Kentucky, I don't see how they could, because they got 3 games. 2 of them are SEC, one of them's not. They play Chattanooga, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So you beat Kentucky next week. It doesn't matter what happens in the Iron Bowl.
So you're in the same boat as Georgia. We beat Ole Miss. It doesn't matter if we lose to Tennessee. We just
Right.
need one more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you guys this: what was your shocker of the day? Gut reaction, unplanned.
I was gonna say Arkansas, but I picked them to win it. I guess Oklahoma losing.
Yeah, and that's not like a major shock. Like, oh my God, my mind's blown. It's just like, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I guess I felt confident Oklahoma was going to bounce back, and they didn't.
I think
really-
Arkansas still counts. Yeah. Go ahead, Oz.
I really didn't expect Clemson to get that it ended up being closer than it was, but at one time they had a pretty sizable lead in that game. So
Yeah.
I just thought Notre Dame was going to have a little bit better game plan than they did. So.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I looked up and it was 24-9. I was like, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Auburn over Vandy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We got this thing rolling over here in Auburn, baby.
Yeah.
You're one win away from bowl being, bowl eligible.
That's true.
Well, we got our tough part of the schedule out of the way. It definitely helps when your last 2 opponents are Mississippi State and Vanderbilt.
Well, you got Arkansas next.
Yeah, we got Arkansas next. I'll be curious to see which way you guys lean on that one.
Where's
When
it
it's
at?
time to,
Is that Arkansas?
Mhm. I don't know if that matters, but I mean, if it was in Jordan Hare, I wouldn't even question it.
Mm-mm.
Pretty much Florida just sealed the deal. They're not going to a bowl.
Yeah, because they got LSU,
Missouri and Florida
Missouri,
State.
and Florida State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll love to see it.
It's not getting any better for them.
Mm-hmm.
is there a more up and down team this year than Florida? I if there is, I can't think of them. I mean, my God, you beat Tennessee, then you turn around and lose, and then they've had 2 pretty okay wins this year, if I'm not mistaken, and then they.
Tennessee got in their own head going into the swamp. That's all that game was.
Mm-hmm.
Could you say USC had kind of an up and down, because
Which
they've
one?
definitely shown they can put up points, but they just fell short.
Yeah, their defense is costing them.
Yeah, they are.
High energy tonight, guys. We're killing it.
Well, I
Yeah, Carter, slow down, bud.
I put some input there. I don't
No,
know.
you took great. I'm just messing, Hoss. When y'all said USC, really both of them kind of apply. South Carolina's kind of the same way. Like they look like Spencer Rattler for 3 weeks there looked like the best quarterback in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Mhm.
Colorado? No, not Colorado.
No.
No.
It's just that TCU win wasn't as big as they thought. Because look at
Yeah.
TCU now.
Yeah.
TCU ran Max Duggan into a national championship appearance. That's all it was. And he's gone. They're screwed.
Who won
You
that
think-
TCU Texas Tech game Thursday night? I can't remember.
No idea.
Texas Tech won 35-28.
There you
So
go.
there you go.
They're a long way from the national title this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's still hope.
Yeah, them and Auburn are right there in the same boat. If
Yeah.
everybody in front of them loses all their games remaining, we're in this thing.
Okay.
Ole Miss, actually, that was a surprise to me. They lost to A&M, didn't they?
No, they won.
Oh, they
Oh,
won.
they won it?
Another one.
Oh, man. Last I looked, it was
A&M
like,
had a chance. They were trying for a
Yeah.
field goal.
Jimbo
I
just
can't-
couldn't pull the trigger.
I can't wait to do the next week's breakdown because that Ole Miss Georgia. That's next week, right?
Mhm.
Oh man, I can't wait.
That's
Did you
game of
see
the
the
week.
end of that game when they were talking with Kiffin?
Mm-mm.
That's one of the things they mentioned. They said, so now you got Georgia this next week. And he was like, oh, is that who we're playing? I wasn't aware. He's like, so he tried to act like he didn't know y'all were next on the schedule.
Bitch,
Just
like
being
you've done
funny.
something with your career.
So
Ooh.
I'm
Well,
sure
the-
that'll get back to the Georgia team
Oh, yeah.
somehow.
I don't want to tip my hat too early, but he ain't got a team good enough to be
Mm-mm.
trolling Georgia like that.
Well, the problem with Ole Miss going into this game, so we can get into some of these games tonight. Missouri beat Georgia on the line of scrimmage for 90% of that game, and it's because they're really good at both sides of the ball, but they're also really good at running the ball and throwing. Ole Miss can't run the fucking ball. They're kind of a one-dimensional offense.
Wasn't it Carter that was trying to convince us that Ole Miss has like one of the best rushing attack?
No,
maybe.
we said Tennessee has one of the best
Okay.
rushing
All
attacks.
Well, they put up 131 yards rushing today. So,
Who Ole Miss?
yes,
And what was the score of that?
it was
35.
38-35.
Yeah, 38-35.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm stressing more the Tennessee game than I am Ole Miss, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
Tennessee can beat you on the ground.
Okay.
Mm.
Missouri was definitely the one I was stressing the most, though.
Yeah.
Do you got any fingernails left?
It's getting close, man.
Yeah, Missouri and Ole Miss are kind of one and the same to me.
God, I
Dink and
hope
dunk,
not.
kind of. They got a good pass, air raid type. Well, not air raid. Before somebody kills me, they're good at passing the ball, pretty good at running the ball. Defense is suspect. They don't have the depth to hang with the big boys, but they'll beat the Mississippi States and Arkansas of the world. But when they play the elite teams, the Bamas, the Georgias, and is there anyone else you want to throw in that category?
Michigan, if they ever get a chance to play them.
Yeah, Michigan.
I think LSU. Wait, no, who won that game? Was Ole Miss?
LSU's kind of the same too.
Yeah.
Good offense, average defense. They'll get burned when they play the big boys. I guess Georgia and Alabama are it in the SEC. There ain't nobody I'm forgetting. Tennessee's kind of leading the charge on tier 2 with maybe Ole Miss right there at their side.
I'm gonna say this: if it's a neutral site game and Ole Miss and Mizzou are playing and they played like they did tonight, give me Mizzou.
Oh, really?
Dude, I'm telling you, you watch the game, and I know when you're watching your team, you kind of nitpick a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
That line of scrimmage, man, they were blowing Georgia out the water 90% of that game. Like, it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And they can get to Dart. I mean, they had, 4 sacks on Carson, and we've only been sacked 6 times all year.
That's true. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd pick Missouri in that game.
But Georgia's a notorious sleepwalker, though. I mean, they shouldn't have been sleepwalking in that game. Missouri's
No.
top 15, but
I don't think we were sleepwalking. I think Missouri is just a good team.
yeah.
Like, look, man, I've said it since week 3 now, Cranges. I don't think we're a national championship team. We might be a playoff team. We might be a SEC champ team. That Missouri team is not a national champ. They're none of that, but they are a good team, and they could beat us.
Yeah.
If we play 10 out of 10, I think they beat us 4, maybe 3.
I mean, it's hard to doubt Kirby. It's hard to doubt Georgia because they're so talented, because they can put it together any particular week. I do agree with your points, though. Like, on the eye test, they've played some games that's like leaves you scratching your head. But then they played some, and you're like, yeah, that's still the same old Georgia. Like last week, they murdered Florida. I know Florida's not a world beater, but they
Well,
made Florida look like they never played football before.
I think Tennessee might be the best version of Georgia we're going to see, because not like as if we're going to blow them out, is what I'm saying. There's a good chance that we might be 100% healthy by that game. And that includes number 19. He's already doing walkthroughs and full pads.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, don't cut yourself a little bit of slack. You've been without Bowers now for what, a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
Yeah, but even all right. So the issue I had with the injuries was when Bowers was going off, it was great, but at the same time, we didn't have Ladd. There's not been one time this year we've had them both fully healthy.
Right.
So I'm hoping Tennessee's that game we kind of get them back, or if not, then at least Georgia Tech, so we have something going into Atlanta.
If Bama and Georgia played next Saturday, who do you take?
Who you asking?
All of you.
Well, naturally, I'm taking Bama.
And I'm going to take my Dogs.
I guess it comes down to you, Carter, and me.
Well,
Thank you, Carter.
No, who you taking?
Eye test. It pains me. I hate to doubt either one of those coaches, either one of those teams, but right now I would probably hedge toward Bama.
Really?
Back to you, Carter.
Well, I feel like it's hard to answer this question because I feel like I'm after we play Georgia, maybe I have it better because I can only go off of what happened when we played Alabama.
Hang on now. Auburn hasn't played Bama yet.
That's true. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that one's not going to be pretty.
No, but what I'm saying is you can't use we haven't played both teams argument.
We haven't.
Neither has Auburn, but Crane just gave us a pick.
Carter's got to think his through more.
He does.
Yeah,
He's very calculated.
Yeah, he's got to get the calculator out and do long division.
I mean, I think it's going to be that. God, to me, both teams are so identical.
They
in
are.
so many ways. I think, like, your quarterbacks are different in a lot of ways. Alabama's quarterbacks is a lot more athletic. I think Georgia's QB is a better passer. Bama has a better running game. Oh boy, defense though.
Well, I mean, one team does get more calls that goes their way, but I mean,
Yeah, even when the game's not on, we got to bring up the refs.
well, I mean, you got Kirby over there
Jesus.
squirting tears on the side.
Yeah, I didn't see Nick Saban trying to make a call. You're
Hoss,
right.
does he have one of those things in his hand that goes up his shirt sleeve and he can just push the button
Oh,
in his
yeah.
hand and tears go flying out?
Oh yeah. Got them to change. Got them to check. They'd already made the call that gave Missouri positive, and then he got them to okay, we're going to review it. We're going to review it again. Then
That was weird. That was a weird moment.
Takes that play away.
That was a weird moment. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I saw it.
The broadcast.
I didn't see it.
I can't remember the play. I just remember it was like a normal play.
It was a screenplay. They tried saying that. Well, the reason it was a 25-yard penalty was because they were saying that it was an offensive pass interference. Well, if you look at it, the offensive pass interference was called on Dejan, our running back. Dejan ran into three guys and couldn't even get open. It's not pass interference. He wasn't trying to do a block for somebody. There was no one around.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other penalty was a grounding call. Well, the review showed that the ball went past the line of scrimmage. The problem was they thought it came before the line of scrimmage. There was a whole breakdown for it on the game.
Maybe we're thinking of two different scenarios.
That's the one that Hoss is talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was a weird moment where they went to commercial break and came back, and Georgia had the ball. They were moving. And they ran a play. They went to commercial. When they came back, you didn't get the ref explanation or nothing. They'd done moved the ball forward. During the commercial break, it was like, what the hell just happened here? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was
I
just me.
missed that one.
Maybe I was rewinding and fast forward on the. It was there was a weird. Somebody had to see it. I know I ain't the only one.
It sounds like you fucking up on YouTube TV over there.
Well, now in the Bama LSU game, I think there was a call that went that way. It was where they moved the ball for them, but they didn't tell us what the call was. Like the ref never turned his mic on and said what it was, because I think that's the one Megan was upset about earlier too. So
Here's the only issue I have with refs today, and it's not even an issue, it's more of a question. When you get an offsides, when does it become a free play? Because I saw a couple where it was okay to have a free play and a couple where it was like, nope, they blew the whole play off.
Yeah.
So what determines whether or not you get that free play?
I'm with you on that.
There is an explanation. I don't know what it is, but
That's a great question.
it seems like when like the offense kind of just sets there, they blow it dead when there's
Yeah,
not
but I've seen some where
contact.
they hike it and then they call nope before they even get a chance to run it. Like the ball's already hiked.
I think it depends on if contact's made. I think if you're offsides and you make contact with an offensive player, they blow it dead. But if there's no, like if he jumps past the line but doesn't touch a player, I think as long as there's no contact, I think.
Okay.
I know, encroachment. Carter's calling encroachment, but sometimes they don't make contact.
Yeah.
And the refs will. I think it's a mystery. I think it's a 50-50 thing. But
Judgment
sometimes
call.
they do blow it dead.
I guess a judgment call. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a feeling, guys. Person we're looking at right now, I think he's going to win the Heisman this year.
I'm starting to think it's going to be Bo.
Yeah.
Dude, he's getting better and better each week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a big game, 63-19 win today over Cal.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. And look what they did to Utah last week. They're blowing people out the water.
They did, but they lost to Washington.
They did lose to
They're
Washington.
going to get that revenge factor in the championship. Let's be honest. Would anybody pick Washington to beat Oregon right now?
Maybe.
No way.
Ooh, Carter throwing out the big maybes.
Maybe. All right, let me compare
Gonna
this.
go ahead and
stat.
put money on that, Carter?
It would be close, but I would still give the nod to Oregon.
All right. Let's see. Michael Penix Jr. Let's see his stats. 29, 45, 24 DD, 6 interceptions. Yeah. Well, let me see his rushing now. What's his rushing yards look like?
We have an idiot in our fantasy league that has Michael Penix, if I'm not mistaken, and the guy's on the bench.
Well, in all fairness, you know who his starter is, though, right?
Remind me.
He's on the fucking screen right now.
Oh, God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's really got a pick your poison kind of thing.
Yeah. I just thought I'd point out that idiot.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He's not a rushing quarterback, so yeah. So, yeah, I think Bo Nix's stats are better. I'm gonna make sure of that. I know his touchdown interception ratio is. I think he only had like one pick all year. Let me make sure that. Well, okay, Penix has got like about 700 yards more passing. Penix has more touchdowns, but I mean Nix has 3 fewer interceptions. I don't know.
We haven't even broke down this game right here.
The LSU Bama game?
Or did we?
No, we kind of danced around it. But.
Yeah.
Kind of went the way I thought it would. I thought Bama's
we
offense would wear that defense out.
Yeah, we all kind of figured the 3 points was kind of ridiculous as far as the cover. The only, and I talked to Haas about this, the only thing that worried me about Bama was that first half, there was just zero defense out of them. It's like they couldn't put a spy on Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have an answer for Daniels, and we really didn't have an answer much for Neighbors either. Of course, both of them ended up having plays where they kind of took some hard shots. And of course, Daniels ended up going out in the second half there. But yeah, we.
Also, they did have an answer for Daniels in the second half. They knocked his ass out.
Well, I mean,
they
Did he
said,
I'm
break
just
the
saying,
ball?
when he was in the game, he was making things happen, and we.
yeah, he was
It
doing
just
good.
seemed like some of our guys were just not even trying to stop him, like because he's so fast. When he gets past the line, he's gone, man. A lot
You
of
think he's
times.
seriously hurt though? Or just knocked shit, I don't
I
know.
believe it was all. They were doing concussion protocols, so.
Mm.
Okay. See,
Uh,
I saw
they
when I
just-
saw him, they were like moving his jaw like it might have been broken. And I was like, really?
Yeah, I think it was more concussion protocol than anything, and considering the rest there's games left, I don't blame him for sitting him out the rest of it.
I've seen these helmets just now. They got the little thing in it where they can see the play. That's crazy. You didn't see that commercial?
Yeah, I think that
saw it.
was for a player who was deaf.
So, yeah,
wasn't
he's
it?
gonna make you
Yeah,
watch.
they're not going to use
Oh.
that. That's not going to work too well when somebody busts it and a piece of plastic goes in a kid's eye.
Well, I've seen shit like that's. I've seen that happen with visors before,
Mm-hmm.
but players still wear them. And now those new helmets come with visors built in automatically.
I believe there's a question in the comments for Cranges.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, are you happy with where Auburn is at? Absolutely.
That's a good question for everybody.
Yeah, I think Freeze is. I would make an argument Auburn is probably one of the toughest college jobs in America. I really believe that. If you disagree, that's fine.
I
Everybody's
don't think you can. I mean, you got all the SEC West schedule. You got Bama and Georgia every year.
it's just Auburn's luck that we are sandwiched between the two biggest giants in college football right now. You got Alabama on one side, and you got Georgia just down the road on there. I mean, who else has got it like that?
All right, my hands up.
Yeah.
Right here.
Tennessee, yeah.
Right here.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, so let's get out of Auburn and Tennessee. Who else has got it that bad?
Nobody.
I think we're the only two West teams, or sorry. We're the only two teams in the SEC that have to play both of them cocksuckers every year.
Yep.
Every fucking year.
I will say this though. I think for Auburn, it's still a little bit tougher because the difference is you not this year maybe, but you got LSU every year too. We don't.
We are losing LSU in the new format.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
next year we
Okay.
don't play LSU.
See, we still got Georgia and Bama next year. But we're everything for us is the same except we don't play Missouri or South Carolina next year.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
play-
traditionally, yes, it's
Yeah.
tough being an Auburn fan. It'll make a man out of you. I'll tell you that. But I do like the direction. Freeze is going to be all right. He's consistent. They're not
Yeah.
talented. But Alabama, look, I know they say throw the records out the window in the rivalry games. That usually applies when, let's say it was a 9 win Auburn team. That could apply to the Iron Bowl this year. Alabama can whip Auburn's ass in Auburn too. That does happen. Like they won't say that on TV because they want viewers and they want money.
Sure.
They got to sell tickets and shit, so they're not going to say that shit. But I've been to probably 10 to 12 Iron Bowls in my lifetime, and I've walked out in the third quarter before at Jordan Hare. Alabama can definitely go into Jordan Hare and whip. They can play some good ones too, but I've been to some ass whippings, and I think this year will be the same thing. Auburn's going to win the next couple of games. I think they should beat Arkansas. They should beat. I think we've
New
got
Mexico.
New Mexico State.
Yeah, and
But
then
New Mexico State, watch out. They got a really good record.
they do. That's right, Carter.
I'm
But in
kidding.
reality, they should win these next
Yes.
couple of games. I don't want to sound cocky, and I'm talking about a 6-7 win team here, so please don't rake me over.
That's
the
a big
coals.
ass improvement from last year.
There's,
Yeah.
7-5, that's
There's going to be some hype though before the game. Y'all have
Yeah, they're gonna build it up.
4 straight wins coming into the Iron Bowl.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the first time that Hugh Freeze is matching up against Saban since he was at Ole Miss.
Yeah,
There's going to be a lot of hype around the game.
yeah, you're right, sir. They're gonna bring up they're gonna do everything they can to make the video package sweet and the drama good. But at the end of the day, Auburn will maybe for a half put up a good fight, but they'll falter, and then we go to what, the Alamo, not the Alamo Bowl. We'll go to the Music City Bowl and play Wisconsin and get our brains beat out. Either way, no, I'm just saying I do like the direction Auburn. Freeze is going to be all right. He's recruiting,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like every day I look up, like we're getting a decommitment from somebody. I'm like, fuck. We need the end of the year to get here in a hurry, and we need some people to sign letters of intent. Whew, man, it's rough, dude. It sucks being an Auburn fan. Sucks pretty hard.
I think you could probably beat Wisconsin this year. They lost to Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
I don't know,
trying to
Hoss.
give you a little bit of.
I know. Look, I know. Even in the Tuberville years, oh my god, I know we got them one year, but outside of that one year, it seems like we played Wisconsin every other year in a bowl game, and they beat our brains out.
I remember one year y'all played like Minnesota in the Music City Bowl, because I get a ticket to the Music City Bowl every year, and I try to sell it. Halftime I can't even sell it, but y'all are projected, I think, to go back to the Music City Bowl this year. So
Yeah.
there you go. You can have you a free Music City Bowl ticket.
Hey.
Boom.
And now, I think they got y'all playing. It's a projection, so it could change.
Yeah.
Miami and Auburn in the Music City Bowl.
Ooh,
Miami had a game today too, didn't they?
So the way Miami's playing, I think I'd take Auburn in that game.
What happened to Miami today? I didn't even see who they
They
played.
lost to NC State 20-6.
Oh.
Is it over? Is it?
It is final. Yes.
Woo. How about our buddy Kane Shades? Huh?
Well, he was here earlier,
Right.
but he seems to have disappeared.
Well,
He's
he
a
missed
Georgia
that
fan, guys.
field goal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He has changed allegiances recently.
Trenches just threw at the bat signal. We need to not talk about that.
He's a dog fan.
I think,
What bowl are you projected to go to, Carter?
the Cheez-It Bowl, which is now like the Citrus Bowl. That's the new Citrus Bowl now.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm serious. It's now the Cheez-It Bowl. And the Outback Bowl is no longer the Outback Bowl. It's called something totally different.
Okay, so is Carter trying to put a spin on something to make it something sound better than what it really is, or is he telling the truth?
I
I
think
don't
he's telling
think
the truth.
so.
Okay, sorry, Carter.
No, that's the Cheez-It Bowl is like,
Well, you know how Carter does sometimes. He'd be like, "We're going to the Sun Bowl, but that used to be in 1936. That decided the national championship game."
I don't think I've ever said that. I'm sorry, it's the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. So
Okay, see, okay, that's not bad.
yeah. I mean, there's the Pop-Tart Bowl. Now these bowl games are getting a little crazy now.
Is there still a Jimmy Kimmel Bowl?
I think so.
Jimmy
I think
Fallon or whoever the
that's
fuck
the
it
one
is?
in New York. Yeah, the Pop-Tarts Bowl is like the new the Camping World Bowl or whatever. Remember that bowl? It was like Camping World Bowl, and now it's the Pop-Tarts Bowl. You got a fucking Cheez-It Bowl, Pop-Tarts Bowl. You got a
Famous Idaho
Potato Bowl.
I could live with a bowl full of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Boom, and the goalpost come down. Somebody got hurt in that.
They were celebrating.
Did you see
Yeah,
how fast that goalpost came down?
Oh yeah,
Some people
Did
got
you
hurt.
notice once again Clemson rushed the field?
I did. Yeah. My team
That's
would
so
never do
stupid.
that, but some teams they like to have fun.
Lob you up there.
I'm gonna pull up a bowl game projection. I'm gonna just find one.
At the expense of their university paying a fine. But
Yep.
This would be a
Let's see.
perfect time for me to get some ice for my beverage.
Here is this one's from that's 2 day one. They usually update these like every night. Let's see, or after every game. That one was 2 days ago. Fuck it. We'll just go with that one. The Sports Illustrated, 2024. Of course, this is by the Killer Frogs website. All right. So the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Okay, nobody cares. The Arnell Carriers New Orleans Bowl. That one's stuck around. Liberty in Georgia Southern. So Liberty's gonna go undefeated and go to the Arnell Carriers New Orleans Bowl.
And still play a nobody.
What the hell is this? Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. The LA Bowl hosted by Gronk. Are you fucking kidding me? The
If they could
LA
get
Bowl hosted by Gronk.
If they could get some ranked opponents and get wins over them, Liberty would. There'd be a different discussion
No.
about them this season. But
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I just feel like, hey, if they go undefeated, give them one real team at the end. So if they do win that bowl game, they did something.
right, yeah,
I'm just still shocked that there's a bowl hosted by Gronk. That's what it's
Guy who
called.
can't even fucking read.
LA
Rob
Bowl.
Gronkowski.
Yeah, hosted by Gronk.
Well, now he's actually smarter than what he lets on. He embraces the dumb thing because it's way he can get advertising stuff.
The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. The Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl. The Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
All right,
The RoofClaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh, he's going to name every bowl.
All right, oh well, okay. Now this is from 2 days ago, but in the Birmingham Bowl they've got UTSA versus Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the Birmingham Bowl. Huh?
I couldn't have been gone another 10 seconds.
The Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl.
Now
There's
things can
your
change, Grant.
Yeah.
That's
That's right, Hoss.
68 Venture Bowl.
I'm keeping a positive. I've been watching YouTubers that give me motivational, uplifting daily, and I'm keeping positive. I'm
Thank
not letting
yourself.
any negative energy get me.
I'm just looking for the SEC teams. Kansas. All right, the Tax Act Texas Bowl. They've got Kansas versus LSU. The Wasabi Fenway Bowl. Cool. Georgia 2. All right, here's the Pop. Oh, now the Pop Tarts Bowl. They've got Miami versus Oklahoma State.
yeah, that'd probably be a one-sided game.
Remember when the playoffs started? We thought the bowls would die.
Yeah.
I thought there would be less, but I guess
Seems like there's
year,
more.
Next year will be the real test of that, I guess.
Yeah. But you know what? I think they'll never die because people love that break.
Mhm.
You know, you get a month off, and then you get one more chance to watch a football game in late December or January.
It's more practice too.
Yeah. But I hate when they throw up those poll questions in those games that are clearly regional. Like if you're watching a Auburn and Wyoming bowl game, nobody's watching that game other than Auburn and Wyoming fans. And they throw those polls out there for the audience. Who's the greatest? It's like, really? Of course it's going to be that. It's going to go that way because there's only those two fans watching. Who's the greatest football player that ever lived? 90% of the poll will be like, Bo Jackson. Of course they're going to vote that way. It's just stupid. It's pointless. Sorry, I went on a diet.
No, you're good.
Well,
You're good.
As long as there's sponsors for the bowls and the money's flowing in, they'll keep
Yeah.
doing them.
Yeah.
Carter, what's going on out there in that comment section?
Well, let's see.
There were a few for Carter there.
The cheese.
I'm sure Megan M would like
Bowl,
some of her comments to be read.
the Twart Fart Bowl. I see it all coming. That's the only one because we knocked Daniels out of the game. Tall. What does that say? Oh, roll tide, bitches. I've been to those bowls before, Megan. They're a lot of fun. trying to get to the main ones here. Let's see the New Year's Six ones, or whatever it is.
Didn't work.
This one has us playing North Carolina in the Gator Bowl.
Hey, I can go to that game.
I've been to 2 Gator Bowls. All right, the Fiesta Bowl.
You just got upstaged by Carter.
I know he comes to Jacksonville, never says hey. So weird.
Well,
Mm.
it's I didn't know you at the time.
You should have known.
No, that's not an excuse, Carter.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Okay, so it doesn't show which one's the playoff. Which one of the playoff bowls? Was it the not the Orange Bowl this year? I think the Orange Bowl is next year for playoff.
Is it Peach?
I think it's Cotton and Peach. It's it's kind of. I think it is. No.
Have you ever eaten at a Sonny's barbecue trenches?
Oh yeah, we got one right down the road.
Okay. So here it is.
Not that
it's
good.
the Sugar and Rose this year.
Oh, okay.
Next
It's
year,
kind of like a Bono's.
yeah, next year's Orange and Cotton.
When
In
does the
the-
Music City Bowl get in the rotation?
I don't think that ever happened.
Damn.
The six, the bowls that are in rotation: Peach, Fiesta, Orange, Cotton, Sugar, Rose.
The Peach was always my favorite bowl outside of the
Because
playoffs.
Peach always had the top tier SEC team in it.
Yeah, there was always a good matchup.
But now the Peach is part of that rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Used to Peach and Cotton weren't in the rotation.
Yeah.
Back in the BCS days, it was just Fiesta, Rose, Sugar, and Orange. But in the playoff, it has. Okay, well, let me skip back a little bit. In the Rose Bowl, it has
Great.
Michigan versus Florida State. And then in the Sugar Bowl, it has Georgia versus Texas. And they're saying in the national championship game, which will be in Houston, Texas.
How old is this thing? Why is Texas in it?
I don't know. It has
Okay.
Georgia versus Michigan. It says 2 days ago.
I don't think anybody from the Big's getting in.
Big 12.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma just screwed themselves, and Texas. There's too
Yep.
many good teams ahead of them.
Yep, you're right. They're done.
I think you got a better chance of seeing Bama and Georgia in than Texas getting in.
Yeah.
I've been having that argument for a week. I can't remember if we started it here last week, but I know I've been fighting this battle at work. But my cohorts are telling me there's no way 2 SEC teams get in. There is no fucking way in hell. Let's say Bama and Georgia play SEC title, which is looking that way. Bama beats Georgia. There is no way Georgia is not making the playoffs. There's no way.
They're getting
Okay,
in.
so we had this argument last week, and I kind of agree with your coworkers. Now I'm thinking you might be right because I think Oregon beats Washington, which means they're both going to have one loss.
Mm-hmm.
Texas, Oklahoma already have one loss. That leaves Florida State, Michigan, Ohio State. One of those are going to have one loss, Michigan or Ohio State.
Right.
And I think if you look at the resumes, if Bama, let's say Georgia goes undefeated, loses to Bama in SEC, I think Georgia has a better case than Ohio State and Washington or Oregon. So at that point, you could be right.
The
Georgia could
caveat's
take-
got to be it's Bama can't if Georgia can't go out there and lose a 47-17 game.
No, it's got to be close.
Yeah, if it's a 23-19 type thing and it was decided in the final couple of minutes of the game, there is no way Georgia has won 2 straight national titles. There's no way somebody's getting the shaft.
They'll
and
do
it's
that
not
defensive line shift probably 50 times in the game to make us jump off sides to make sure that happens.
Now, do
There's-
you get mad at the refs when that happens, or are you just
There's
mad
no way they're leaving Georgia out.
They
There's no
they shouldn't be allowed to keep doing it. So
Does Bama not do shifts on the D line? 'Cause even
not
Missouri
like
was
the way
doing it
Georgia's
against Georgia.
doing it though.
But more Missouri was doing it the whole game as well. So it's just Georgia who's wrong, right? Come on now.
I'm just saying, hey, the commentators were even mentioning that it was getting a little excessive.
It's CBS. Let's relax.
Okay, I'll give you that.
The good thing is it's going to work itself out anyway. The 4 right teams are going to be in there. These undefeated teams everybody's worried about, the right ones are going to fall. Is Georgia one of them, or are they not one of them? I don't know. But
So
if it comes down to it, Georgia's not getting left out.
Georgia's strength of schedule could hurt them. My argument with that is by the end of this year, Georgia would have 4 ranked wins. We didn't think before the season that this schedule was dog shit. Like, we all agreed on that. But now Missouri's looking like a top 15 team. Ole Miss is a top 10 team.
Yep.
You had Kentucky was number 20 when we beat them. Then you got Tennessee at the end of it.
Yeah. Your schedule's kind of backloaded.
Yeah.
It didn't kind of start out that way.
No, before the season, it was like, all right, we just got to win in Neyland. Like, that was the only argument for Georgia.
Yeah.
But now you are assuming you get wins against Ole Miss, Tennessee.
I am assuming that because we're doing a scenario.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, we've seen Ohio State get the
I
shaft.
love
We
okay, here's my argument with all the shit. If anybody deserves to get shafted with one loss, it's Ohio State or Michigan. Who the fuck do they play all year besides each other?
Yeah. You could make an argument Michigan's got a worse schedule than, like, people rip on Georgia. Michigan's is way worse than Georgia.
Michigan's played no ranked teams.
What about Texas, though? What about Texas? If they win the rest of their games.
So
You said earlier, no big.
Besides Bama, what's their best win?
I can't think of one.
So they'd have one ranked win?
I know. I'm just saying, though. You said earlier, no Big 12 teams get in. I'm just thinking, what if they?
No, I know, but they're they made it clear with Ohio State, being number one. They're looking at who's had the best wins so far. So if you look at Texas, you had Bama, and that is it. That's your only ranked win.
I think it depends, though, too.
Kansas, they beat Kansas. They were ranked when they beat them.
Okay.
I think it depends, though, too.
Kansas and Kansas State's being
Then K-State today, so that would be technically 3 they've had.
Which they should have lost. K-State got fucked in that last play.
Obviously,
Michigan and Ohio State's going to take care of each other.
Yeah. Obviously, Texas isn't going to get jumped by a no-name school because they're Texas. But when it comes to, like, if it's Bama, Georgia, if it's Ohio State, Michigan, then I think they would. Not saying those schools are bigger than Texas. I'm just saying, though, it would have to. I mean, there's no way like a Michigan State or somebody that's not like a blue blood like Texas would. I think that means something too. Prestige matters in these scenarios sometimes.
Yeah.
They're wanting to sell tickets. You know what I mean? Like, are you really going to let Liberty in over Texas? No, you're not.
I mean, it's going to work out, right? You're going to, okay, let's say Texas wins out. You got Texas.
Florida State wins out.
You got Bama, Georgia. So that leaves somebody.
Florida
Michigan
State.
or Ohio State.
Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State. Because I don't think Florida State's losing a game, guys.
No. What's their best win? LSU?
Probably.
You said Florida State?
Yeah. Duke?
They did beat Duke, but I don't know if you.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be Florida State because they put them at 4 in the playoff committees. And like I said, they're really strong on the who you beat kind of scenarios.
Something crazy is going to happen, like Miami's going to beat Florida State or something.
It's getting a little late. If it's gonna happen, it needs to happen. Because who the hell is going to win it on that other side? North Carolina?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
North Carolina could have a good game and beat. Like, their season's ruined, but I could see them fucking up Florida State too. That's what they're there to do. North Carolina is going to wreck Florida State's playoffs.
I'll tell you one team that's not going to jump Texas. Oregon. No way.
You don't think so?
No.
So if Oregon beats the shit out of Washington like they're beating everybody else, you don't think they got the case to jump Texas?
I don't think they'll do it, man. Texas is a big program. I just don't think they're going to give them the nod. As long as Texas takes care of business and wins out, I think Texas will still go over Oregon, even if, they both got one loss. Right?
All right, we need to be real clear, though. That is a very big if for Texas. Texas is not looking good.
I didn't say they were.
No. I'm just saying for everybody listening, all the people who, don't really know us, Texas not looking too great.
That's
Ohio State didn't look too great today either.
No.
Here's something I don't think anybody's considering.
Yeah.
What if Washington does beat Oregon in the rematch? Problem solved.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Yeah.
I'm with the majority.
Ranked above Texas right now, Carter.
I know, but I still think Texas is a bigger school. I just don't think they're going to – I don't know. I'm looking at Texas, the rest of their schedule. It's a cakewalk, to the Big 12. They got TCU, Iowa State, and Texas Tech.
Here's my thing with the two SEC teams getting in, and I'm sure Haas agrees with me on this one. Win the SEC and don't worry about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's the same as putting it in the ref's hands. If you don't get in if Georgia's sitting there with one loss and it's the SEC championship, I can't get upset that we didn't get in. You should have won that fucking game.
Yeah.
I'm going to refresh right quick, guys. My audio is really bad.
And if that's the case and we don't get in, I just hope we get a good team in a bowl game. You know what I mean? I want an Oregon or a Texas or an Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State, who they got left? Miami at home. North Alabama at home. Then they got to go to Swamp.
Win.
Yeah. And it looks like they will play Louisville. The way it's going, it'll be hell. Georgia Tech's in third place. Who would have thought that? Good God.
That's another one on Georgia's schedule.
Well, Georgia Tech's what? They're 5-4, but
They had a win today over Virginia, right? 45-17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not great, but they're really good at playing upset this year.
Yeah. They're there to wreck people's seasons.
Yeah.
They're ahead of
like
North
App
Carolina. Yeah, I don't even know why I thought
Against Georgia.
North Carolina would make it. Louisville. I think Louisville's going to win their side and play Florida State. And you're right. Texas has got a big problem if they do win out, which they should. They have to play Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oklahoma State will solve the problem.
Big Ten wise, see Michigan. We know who their last game is. Michigan's got to go to Penn State next week, guys.
I don't know if that's a big game anymore, man. After that Ohio State game.
You're right. But they got
But Penn
back-to-back
State
road
could
games.
get Michigan out of the way for us.
They could. It all depends. Did Harbaugh have enough time to get the signs from Penn State's last 4 games?
That's right, yeah.
Or
I
He's
fucking
on
hate Michigan, man. I think they're the biggest pretender. Every year, okay, there's a few of them. Penn State's one of them too. But Michigan's right there in that group of 4 that are big pretenders with the big bulk, gaudy rankings every year. Michigan sucks, and they're going to get beat. If they make it to the playoffs, somebody's going to beat their ass out.
well, I mean, to be honest, you can kind of say the same thing about Ohio State and Ryan Day.
I agree with you, but I do have the pedigree. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the jersey.
A little bit more
and the
respect
helmet.
for them.
Yeah, I feel like Ohio State will play a better game than Michigan will. Michigan's a flat out turd.
Michigan would have never played Georgia as close as Ohio State did last year.
Michigan that first year in the playoffs, not the first year when they played Georgia a couple of years ago, and everybody was on Michigan's nuts, and Georgia went out there and absolutely, what was it, like 36-2 or some shit? Get out of here. Michigan sucks. They run that archaic offense. They're like from the 1950s. Get the fuck out of here. Michigan sucks.
Do you think there'll be any more personnel changes at Michigan other than the firing of the person who was
Yes.
responsible, or who was shown in pictures, video, whatever?
Well,
I
you
would
saw
think there's going to be some more heads that are going to roll.
you saw the video I sent you about them asking Harbaugh the questions. You
Mhm.
could see it in his eyes. He's wondering if anybody needs a coordinator somewhere in the NFL next year. He's got to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
I think they'll be looking for a head coach next year.
maybe wait till the off season to make their decisions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Washington season's not quite over, guys. They got to go next week. Think about this. They got Utah next week, which I know they've been slipping. But then Washington's got to go to Oregon State. So they got two ranked games back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about ranked wins, dude.
Mm.
That was one tonight. Oregon was 2. Hell, I think Washington's going to end up playing 6 ranked games this year. That's a lot.
It is.
Oregon is the Ole Miss of the Pac-12. Great offense, high flying offense.
Yeah.
B minus C plus defense. Good enough to beat your mediocre teams. Beat the hell out of them too. Just embarrass them.
Mhm.
They'll beat. I don't know, Arizona State 77-6. But you put a good team in front of them, and you got to go 4 quarters with them. It kind of gets a little hairy after that.
Hell, Oregon's got USC next week.
Oh, they'll beat the fuck out of USC.
There are some really good games next week. God dang.
Well, let's go over them, Carter.
Yeah, it's time.
Okay. I'm just looking at the top 25. Thursday night. This ain't really a good game, but it's Virginia, Louisville. Never mind. Moving on. After
Those are
that,
great
Washington-
games. Oh, that's not a good game.
Carter keeps trying to give Virginia love after that Tennessee game. I don't know.
No, it's just the first one that popped up. This one, if Miami hadn't lost, it might have been interesting. But Miami and Florida State, it's a good helmet game. But it's at Doak Campbell. It won't be pretty, I don't think.
Nah.
Utah at Washington.
Wait, are we doing official picks or?
I wasn't doing. I mean, I don't.
Okay.
I thought that's what we did on Tuesday.
I thought we did it on Saturday, but
Hell, maybe we do. I don't know anymore. I'm just here to cover the fuck on.
I figured the
Oh,
first one
you
I figured the first one you would have mentioned was Tennessee, Missouri.
I'm getting to that.
ooh, we got to make our official picks. This is like game day, Carter.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So let's just start with the Washington. Who's it? Washington, Utah.
Yeah. But the only thing is, I can't. I don't have like the little. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I can do. The
You ain't
little
got to write them
prediction.
down. Let's just do it for
You
the
need
show.
help picking the games, Carter?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just saying. I'm pulling up the ESPN predictor thingy. All right. Top
I can give you the
25.
best games on the week.
I've got it right here.
Okay, sorry. This is
All
like
right.
this is like game day at the end of the show, at the end of the segment.
Right.
Trenches are going to put on the headgear.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. We have Utah and Washington State. The ESPN predictor predicts Washington 74%.
Is it Washington or Washington State?
It's Washington.
Okay, you said Washington.
18th ranked Utah. I'm sorry. 18th ranked Utah at 5th ranked Washington.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a problem for Washington. The game they better watch out for is at Oregon State in 2 weeks.
Not so fast, my friend.
Oh,
I'm good at being the village idiot, so I can be Lee Corso.
Hope your hands don't look as bad as his.
yeah. What was up with that?
Death.
Yeah, it looked like it'd been mangled.
Yeah.
Like somebody had been gnawing on it for a half
pretty
hour.
rough.
Old Sunshine Scooter's getting old.
So go ahead, Grant. You're taking Utah?
Tell me the team again. The team.
Utah at Washington.
Oh, I wanted that one to be at Utah so bad
unfortunately.
because I still been saying it. Washington is going to drop a game.
Well, the next week they got to go to Oregon State, so just think about that. Oregon
Okay,
State's
that'll
ranked
be the game
16th.
they drop.
Okay.
But for now, I won't go. Oh, I do want to go Utah bad.
We'll do it.
All
You did pretty
All
good this
right.
week.
right, I'll ride Washington's dick one more week.
Mm. Okay.
That's one way to put it, I guess.
That's one way to put it right there. Hey, you get it raw and uncut here at Cover 4.
Alabama at Kentucky. Matchup predictor gives Alabama a
We don't get to pick
87.3% chance.
Okay.
Wait, did they give their picks on?
I thought they did. You
No.
strung it out. I don't know.
No.
No, you just
Shit.
got his pick, but
Yeah, you got my-
the other two. We got Cranges.
Yeah, we got my pick. That's all that matters, guys. Let's
Well,
let's move on.
Corso goes last.
Oh yeah.
Washington. I picked Washington.
Okay, Kurt. Thank you. Dez.
Trenches.
Cranges, you were so close. Down goes Washington this week.
Really?
You're picking Utah.
I like that.
I'm taking Utah
I like that.
because I'm with you. I think Washington's a little bit of fake.
Yeah, they're definitely
Fool's
going
gold.
to lose.
All right,
Washington
sorry,
ain't
what
for real,
just
but
happened?
yeah.
Fumble return.
I am sorry for skipping.
This is
My
for the
bad.
2 points
That's
that
all
they
right.
were trying to.
My picks are all that
Alabama.
matters, Carter.
Yes, I know. Alabama at Kentucky, 11 o'clock in the morning on ESPN. ESPN's matchup predictor, Alabama 87.3%.
Bama, big.
I think that was the SOS code for Bama on Trench's part. Or Carter's
I thought I
part.
was going last. Yeah, Bama.
No, Corso goes last. You're Dez.
Y'all said earlier I was putting on fucking headgear. Y'all are confusing the shit out of me today.
He did say you would be putting
But then Granger said, I'll be the village idiot. I'll be Corso.
He did
Okay.
say
All right.
that.
I'll be Dez and Trenches can be Corso.
I don't care
Okay.
who picked. I just want an order.
Okay.
Trenches puts on the headgear.
Who wants to
Okay.
be the old man?
Yeah, all right.
Well,
Well, that's
Cranges.
Granger. He's the oldest one.
Well, there we go.
All right. Bama, I guess. Okay, I'm going to pick Alabama. There. Now, whose turn is it now? I
Good
don't
pick.
know.
Oh,
I've lost track.
Hall says Bama. I say
I
Bama.
said Bama.
Cranges.
He said that.
Okay.
All right.
Next
Not
game.
so fast,
I'm-
my friend.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast, my friend.
Really?
Kentucky has the third down best defense in America. They've only allowed
He is
3
like
first
Corso.
downs on third down the entire season.
He's pulling.
Therefore, I'm picking Alabama by 43.
Okay.
Alabama has one of the best third down. Yeah, so whatever. I was trying to do a Corso.
I mean, you were doing all right. You were doing all right.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting practice here. I'll work on it.
You
Okay.
nailed the look.
He's got to be holding that pencil in his hand.
Yeah, I've got my pen in its pouch here.
Just go ahead and throw something. Say, oh, fuck it.
My pencil. USC, who's probably not going to be ranked after this week, but right now they're ranked 20th, and they're going to travel to Eugene to take on the 6th-ranked Oregon Ducks, and ESPN has them with a 77.7% chance of beating the Trojans.
There you go.
Yeah. So, take it away, Kirk. False.
Oh, me, not you. Okay.
I don't care. I'll go first.
Just
Doesn't
keep it
matter.
I'm
in
not pouring an alcoholic
Okay.
drink.
Okay. Yeah. Oregon big.
Quack, quack.
Yeah, this game's not gonna be close. Give me the Ducks.
Not so.
Oh,
I can't
Yeah.
steal your thunder.
Wake him
I'm
up,
on-
somebody.
I'm only just pouring a diet soda.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. What was the game again? Oregon and who?
USC,
God.
Oregon.
Shit, Corso.
I'm playing the part well, right?
Yeah, you really are. Congrats.
USC is down and out. Oregon, everybody's on Oregon's nuts. Everybody loves Oregon. Bo's lighting it up. What's that? That's a fucking score as well. Like 20-5. That is some weird shit. Oregon's gonna stumble. They're gonna fall.
Okay.
You know what? Give me USC.
All
Jesus.
right.
Okay.
Wow.
USC is gonna go in there. They're gonna. It's gonna be one of those 47-45 games, but they're gonna get it done.
So you didn't want to go perfect this week, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to humble myself.
Gotcha.
All right. Next game will be my Tennessee Volunteers, 7-2, traveling to take on the 7-2 Missouri Tigers.
Oh, okay.
And
that was a big
believe
game.
it or not, ESPN has Tennessee with a 56.6% chance of winning.
Battle of the 7 and 2s.
And you know what? I'm going to pick my Tennessee Volunteers. I think they've been playing better the last couple weeks. You know, I don't
Who's the
know.
competition been, Carter?
Well, I mean, we beat Kentucky. Missouri also beat Kentucky pretty close. You know, I don't know. I just, it's hard for me to think that. I don't know. I just think our defense is good enough to beat Missouri. Missouri is not a hard place to win at. It's not a very intimidating place. I've been there. It's just a notch above Vanderbilt.
Is there anywhere he hasn't been?
I've never been to Arkansas. I've never been to Florida. I've never been to A&M. I've never been to.
You had to ask.
we get it.
You had to ask.
Yeah, never been to Mississippi State either.
You don't need to.
I mean, I've been by there. I've seen their stadium, but I've never been for a game.
Better wear earplugs if you go.
Gling, 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 gling. But yeah, I'm going Tennessee. I think it'll be a close game. I'm gonna pick my balls.
I too think it will be closer than the experts think. But I'm going to go with the Tigers.
All right.
Oh. I was very impressed with Missouri. I don't think it's going to be close. I'm going to take Missouri.
Wow.
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings there, Carter, but they're a damn good team.
But we're better.
They are. This could be the game of the week in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have as much confidence in Missouri as Trenches does, but I was leaning Missouri until Carter leaned up against that car and he lit that cigarette.
Mhm.
Because of the cigarette, because he's a badass and he's leaned up against. When Carter smokes a cigarette and leans up against that car, I don't disagree with Carter. Give me Tennessee.
Okay.
He lit that cigarette. He knew what he was talking about, and
They're
felt
not
it.
going to be able to stop our run game. They're just
I
not.
felt it right here in my left pec.
You might not be able to stop their pass game.
I think we'll handle our own.
But until he lit that cigarette, I was going Missouri.
Good to know. I don't know if cigarette will matter next week.
I'd love one right now.
That's not what I meant. Let's see here. we have. No, we've already done that one. Okay, still to be determined on the time for some reason. Well, hell, that one is too. Shit. Well, anyway, don't know the time yet, but Ole Miss at Georgia.
Oh, that'll be 2:30 all day.
It should be, yes. I don't know why they don't have it set yet. I don't know.
We're gonna get a pick from you, Carter.
Yeah.
What's the predictor say on that game?
Man, Carter's fired up. He's
Georgia 70.4%.
Wow.
Let's see. Well, they don't run the ball that well. Dart is a great quarterback.
Let me guess. They're playing between the hedges again.
Of course, yes.
Mm-hmm. We're not home
Great.
next week.
A great man said earlier today, is Missouri that good or is Georgia that bad? Give me Ole Miss.
Now,
that
would
great
he have
man
said
asks that
if I'd have
question
picked
every week.
Tennessee is the question.
Well, now I'd like to pick Ole Miss, but because of that home cooking with the refs, the thing that Georgia has there,
I forgot about
I'm
that.
going to have to go with
Mm.
Georgia. So only because of that. They'd call the game straight. I'd pick Ole Miss.
One day you're gonna be able to watch a game without watching the refs, Hoss, and until then, I'm gonna feel bad for you. I'm taking the Dogs.
Oh my God, it is 20-5.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
returned a 2-point conversion.
I thought I hadn't even I thought he was doing like a Lee Corso thing.
Hoss is
No,
here to
Oregon
talk
State
about
was
it.
trying a 2-point conversion. Colorado got it, like intercepted it, and ran it
all the way back. Yeah. Okay.
Georgia's just too talented. Ole Miss, great offense. Kudos. He's getting the max out of that roster. Kiffin is definitely a genius. Ole Miss is going to score their fair share. I do think. Ole Miss might even score 28 or 30 on Georgia. Problem is, Ole Miss has no defense. Georgia's going to find a way to score 40 or 35 or either way, 35-30 or 45-30. Either way, Georgia finds a way to win it. It'll be interesting for a while, and we'll have a good time, and we'll text each other and be like, whoa, look out. But Georgia, just like always, kind of like Bama, the talent will eventually take over somewhere in the third quarter, and Ole Miss will do that. You know, they'll throw that pick six in that crucial moment with 3:47 to go in the game in the third quarter, and all of a sudden a 7-point game will turn into a 14-point game, and boom, it's all downhill from there. Georgia all day. Georgia all fucking day.
You can definitely expect Kiffin to go for it on fourth down a few times.
Mm.
Yep. He'll do. He's desperate. He's looking for that job. If he wants to go to that next level, he needs to jump from Ole Miss this year.
Where would he go though?
People will be lining up to get him.
Yeah,
He could go anywhere.
You talking about in NFL?
No, I don't think so.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
college.
What's a better? All right, but what's going to be a better opening for Kiffin than where he's at right now for next
Hell,
year?
Michigan, if they have to fire Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, if Harbaugh leaves.
Yeah. Like, let's not sit here and pretend like Ole Miss is like this. Just, I mean, they,
Right, but what I'm saying is all the
It's not
coaches
the worst
that are on hot
SEC
seats,
job
yeah,
you could get.
there's way worse schools than where he's at.
Sure.
But he's getting the most out of that team. If he leaves Ole Miss this year, next year Ole Miss wins 4 games. Maybe 5. He's getting the most out of that. I mean,
He's back.
he's the only reason Jackson Dart is there right now.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart never even looks Ole Miss's way if it's not for Lane Kiffin.
I think Lane Kiffin, the perfect job for Lane Kiffin is, I think, just because of how he is, I think he's one of the only few coaches that could actually turn that program around. I think Lane Kiffin would do good at Miami.
Yeah.
I could just see it. Like
He's
he'd be a
slick,
perfect
dude.
fit. Yeah.
He's slick, man. I went to the Auburn Ole Miss game a couple of weeks ago, and you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I had the binocs out. And I like to watch what's going on the sidelines a lot. And
The Bunnocks. Did he
dude,
just
yeah.
say that?
Yeah, I did. Just can we edit that out of the live stream?
God damn.
Either way,
It's not as bad as saying that phrase you say every show.
Ooh,
Carter.
oh, I don't think so.
without further ado.
No, he's talking about cover on, you
Dude,
ding dong.
Lane Kiffin, he's slick, man. I see what people see in him. He's California cool without the cigarette,
Mhm.
He's
That's what I'm saying. No coach at Miami since I don't know when has been able to take that Miami swagger and utilize it as a coach. Kiffin could do that. He could recruit well there. He would use that Miami, just that South Florida Miami fucking machismo and fucking use it and have top recruiting classes and just fucking like. I mean, I could see him wearing like a Adidas fucking tracksuit with a U on it, and a big tennis chain, fucking sunglasses, and dude be just killing it down in South Florida.
Yeah, he could get it done out there.
It would be a step up from when he was with the Owls. So
yeah,
Florida Atlantic.
Exactly.
However, I will admit, now Ole Miss is the first. Okay, he was OC at Bama, right? Now it's kind of impossible to. I guess he really was that good because at Bama's so talented. I really feel like any of us could go there and run an adequate offense because they're so talented. You don't have to be the best play caller in the game to be successful at Alabama or Georgia or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm cooking.
You smell what I'm cooking.
Yeah. So, but he was kind of overrated at USC. He got fired from USC. And the Raiders. So he's had his downs too. He's impressed me at Ole Miss. He's definitely getting the most out of that roster. He's working with 2.5. If you did an average, probably 2.5 3-star talent. I mean, Ole Miss is going into the game of the week with Georgia.
That's what I was fixing to say. Like, it should be game day, but unfortunately, they're going to go to fucking, Happy Valley for Penn State, Michigan.
Well, Herb Street kind of may have let it slip this morning because he said next week we're going to Georgia. He said that, but then he kind of backtracked a little bit. So I kind of think they already had their mind made up.
They may have. I just, I think they should go to Athens.
I don't. Skip Georgia this week and go in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
When Georgia has to travel. That's when I want you to show up.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but if Tennessee loses Missouri, I don't think it's going to happen there.
No.
Well, I mean, if y'all don't, though, that'd be really cool for College Game Day to be there.
Well, they're either going, I'm telling you right now, they're either going to Athens or they're going to they're going up there to Penn State and Michigan because Michigan's 3rd, Penn State's 11, then Georgia is 2, and Ole Miss is 10. So
it doesn't matter. That'll be the best SEC matchup that week. So SEC Nation will probably be there anyway.
That's true.
You guys miss when game day we would used to do a studio show every once.
I
in a
don't
while?
even watch them anymore. That's
Yeah,
how much
same
this is
here,
falling
same
off.
here.
Like, Pat McAfee has kind of pushed me away from that
Yeah.
shit. I just watch SC Nation.
I watched the
He-
first game day of the season, and then I'm done after that.
Yeah.
Guys,
he
I got
was-
to piss like a racehorse. I'll be
He
right
was
back.
unbuttoning it. He was about stripping down.
I know,
while
right in front
Saban
of
was
Saban.
on the panel with them today, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
I kind of like him. I don't know. That's just me.
What's the next game we got, Carter?
Well, the only other game that is like I was saying, I probably made a mistake saving this one for last. I should have used it. But third ranked Michigan at 11th ranked Penn State. Matchup predictor has, damn, it's close. 54% Michigan. That's very close. Shoot. I don't think it's gonna matter, man. Like, you would think if Penn State, I'll say this: if Penn State has a prayer of beating Michigan with all the bullshit going on and all the distractions, this would be the time for Penn State to do it. But like we saw with Ohio State, Penn State just ain't there, you know. And then again, I'm like, okay, I wish this was a night game, but it's an 11 o'clock, or if you're in Eastern time, a noon kickoff game. Big noon in the Big Ten. So, give me Michigan.
Yeah, I'm going Penn State.
Once bitten, Hoss.
What have I picked them before?
Remember, you picked them to upset Ohio State.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
changing-
Yeah,
I'm changing my pick, Michigan.
I'm trying to help you here.
I'm going to take Cheaters.
Yeah,
I think they're still better than Penn State, even without the signs.
yeah. I think you're right.
Mr. Carso, what do you think?
His bladder got to him.
Well, what was the game again?
Oh my God. Third ranked Michigan at 11th ranked Penn State. The matchup predictor, like I said, it's close. 54% for Michigan. If this was a night game at Happy Valley, I'm with all the distractions going on at Michigan, I might take Penn State, but it's noon. It's big noon in the Big Ten, so fuck it. I'm going Michigan.
No,
No.
Penn State all the way.
Okay.
All right.
Penn State pulls the unthinkable.
Well, by God, cover on then. I guess that's it, guys.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
I think Penn State covers on
I did it.
and wins outright.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.